on Coleman. Count on Coleman. If your world is looking strange, you can count on Coleman for change.
Hi, Baton Rouge, District 10. And so I welcome you to the Coleman Cares podcast, where our best is to educate the people. Utmost importance. And I want to let you know today that I have the honor of being with Miss Dorcas Brandon. Now let me tell you who she is. Miss Dorcas Brandon is the Associate Director of the Red Shoes. I know you have seen the Red Shoes. Oh, you may think we're talking about Dorothy on The Wizard of Oz, but this is something better than Dorothy. And yes, it can be better. And so I say thank you, Dorcas, for joining us this day on Coleman Cares podcast. So talk to the audience here today about what the Red Shoes is all about, and how did you come to be? How did you come to exist?
Well, first, thank you for having me. I appreciate you. So the Red Shoes is a nonprofit here in Baton Rouge, located at 2303 Government Street. We focus on personal and spiritual growth, so all of our programs are aligned with that. We have various book studies. We have yoga, meditation. We have introspective programs. We have sound healing. And we also have an initiative, the Community Fridge, which is accessible 24/7, which is why I'm here to speak today, because I want to give more information on that. Now, how I came to be, that is a question. Before coming to the Red Shoes, I was an educator. I was in education for 16 years, actually.
Wow.
In our school district.
What did you teach?
I taught English. I taught speech. I was a disciplinarian. I was a dean of students. I was a mentor teacher. So yes, I have a rich history in education. I wanted to impact the community a bit more, and I took a leap and went into nonprofit. And it's been fruitful. I definitely do not regret my leap. And I found a love or a passion for the Community Fridge, which I didn't even know existed before I worked at the Red Shoes. And so I'm here to spread the word.
Wow. And so we can see all of your background being explicit in what you do and how you say and how you move. And so you've told us where you were located. Talk to us about your goals. What is it? And we talk about the Community Fridge, but talk about your goals so that Baton Rouge will let you know, not just District 10, but Baton Rouge will know that you're here.
Well, I would love, number one, for it to be more than just, well, actually there are more than one community fridge, but there should be more community fridges. That is a long-term goal. Right now, my goal is to spread awareness, not only for those who donate, but for recipients, to know that there is this resource available 24/7. You can access it right now as we speak, as you're listening. You can walk up to the fridge, open it, and whatever's inside, that is for you. Also, for those who are able to donate, I would love to spread the awareness as well, because there are those who are able who just don't know that there's this resource out there for you to donate to. Wow. Also, because Louisiana has such a high rate of food insecurity, especially among children and seniors, we are coming up on the holidays. And we know that children who suffer from food insecurity get their meals from school. And if they're not in school during the Thanksgiving break, during the Christmas break,
Yes.
then they are looking for food. And I especially want to amplify that fact because during those weeks, I'm asking, this is a call to action to
Yes.
provide for our community, especially during those times.
And we have just not too long ago come off the summer when the children, if they weren't in a summer program, if they weren't in some sort of program where they would have been able to get food, then it would have not been so good. And so that community fridge filled a gap. And you said something, and that is some can donate. Folk just need to know how and what to do. You know, everybody can't do the work, but Dorcas, you doing the work. And with you doing the work, what you need folk to get behind you and do the donation in order for you to continue to do the work. You all just had a retreat. Talk to me about your retreat and what it entailed and where do you go from here?
Are you talking about this past weekend?
Yes.
So we had a Wanderer's Way. It's called the Sage Within. I did not attend the retreat, so I cannot give you all of the details, but it was a way to regulate yourself so you can, we live in some times right now.
That's correct.
So it is important to self-regulate, especially as we move on our day to day. So there were different practices and techniques that were taught to those who attended to self-regulate, especially among the times that we are living in.
Wow. And you know, as you're talking, Dorcas, I think about the different departments that make us up. And so when one particular department is not aligned in the way that it should be, then it's an issue. You know, your mental, your social, emotional, all 7 of those departments, it's important for us to have them aligned in order that we can be the best that we can be. And so, and if you are aligned, and when you get out of line, then you know it, and you know it's time to get in. You even mentioned about, I think, yoga. You talked about the eating, and that's eating right. And I know it's hard for many of us, but it's a must-do activity that we do a better job with how we eat, how we take care of ourselves. The big thing is, if we don't take care of ourselves, we cannot help anyone else. And so, talk about the yoga. I tell you, that is something that helps us to align and get ourselves together in order that we can leap forward.
Well, we offer yoga Monday through Saturdays from 8 to 9 a.m. We also offer it Mondays, actually right now, Mondays and Thursdays from 5:30 to 6:30. It's considered gentle yoga, so for those who are not acrobats, you are more than welcome to come.
Yes.
But yoga definitely helps us align because it's getting out of our heads and into our bodies, and breathing techniques and moving our bodies. Number one, actually moving our bodies. We work, we sit at a desk, or we stand all day, and that is not normal. So in order to get our bodies back aligned, to get our mental back aligned, and our spiritual all aligned. That is an opportunity to do that. In addition, we also offer meditation every other Wednesday. So this Wednesday, we will have a meditation from 5 to 6. And that is a time to, again, whatever the day brings, just leave it at the door and just center yourself. It's really important to do that.
Yes,
I know sometimes it may seem a little odd for some people, but think about those times that you're in times of distress and you start to breathe through it. What is that? That is you self-regulating yourself. So our programs give us the tools to do that. You can do it in our program, but you could also take it with you throughout your day and throughout your life so you can live an aligned, balanced life.
Aligned, balanced, self-regulate, all of that is important for survivor.
It is.
I mean, I don't know any other way. Proper rest, eat right, exercise, yoga, and see, that will keep us from out of that doctor's office.
It will.
So much.
Can I tell a story?
Sure.
Really quick? So we have sound healing, I think, every month. It depends. Our facilitators rotate.
Tell
are you
them
familiar
what
with a
sound healing is.
So sound healing is a meditation that is facilitated through sound. Typically, they're done with singing bowls. So if you can imagine different size bowls and someone is playing these bowls. Those bowls have frequencies that trigger your nervous system. And we had a facilitator come. Her first time was about a year ago. And it was on a Sunday. And then that Monday, someone who attended called who had a checkup, just a typical doctor's checkup, and said that her blood pressure is typically high. And on that day, it was normal.
Wow.
I love to tell that
Wow.
story because that sound healing definitely affected her nervous system to a point where her blood pressure was normal the day after.
And you know, in our communities, that's an issue.
It is.
That blood pressure there. You know, at one of the other settings, we talked about beet juice, and now you're talking about sound bowls. So all of this is building on each other.
Consumption. What are we consuming?
What are we consuming? That is of utmost importance. And so, see, I'm taking all of this in, so don't make me go home and make my sound bowl. You hear me? And so that is of utmost importance if we want to thrive and just live much longer, and not just live any old kind of way, but a better life.
Yes.
Live a great life, and that is of utmost importance as we grow older. And that's what we want to do, is grow older. And yes, you said red shoes, and I know that many folk are passing that on Government Street and have seen red shoes. Talk about it, where that name came from and why red shoes. Why not black shoe? Why not green shoe? But red shoes.
It's quite an interesting story. So it is a fairy tale, and it doesn't have the best ending. But there was an orphan child who had these red shoes that she made out of red scraps, like red fabric. And there was a wealthy woman who saw her, adopted her, and she ended up buying these sparkly new red shoes. Now, these sparkly red shoes, when she put them on, she lost control of her feet. So they were just moving all over the place. I'll spare you the ending because it tends to shock people. But just know that the sparkly red shoes were not for her. Those patchy red shoes that she created, those were her. And the reason why it's named the Red Shoes, the reason why we're named the Red Shoes is because we thrive in our authenticity.
Wow.
So her beat up patchy red shoes, although they weren't glamorous and luxurious, those were hers and those came from her. Those sparkly ones, she lost control of who she was. And so in order to thrive, number one, be secure in who you are and your authenticity. And that's why we're named the Red Shoes.
Wow, wow, wow. And really, Dorcas, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And so that child probably was okay with the shoe that we may see as being tattered, but that was her shoe. And so now when I pass Red Shoes, I'm going to remember this story here. And then it's good to remind ourselves of who we are and where we've come from, but also where we're going, and not lose out on all of that. And great story. Great story. And so now I want you, we know that there's food insecurity out there, and especially with the prices. I went in the store, got a bag of something, didn't even have any meat, I just had the bare necessities. And when the clerk said to me, $50, wow, I had to start digging to see what the world did she ring up. But so we know with the prices that are out there, food securities, it's real. It is real. And it is my hope that it gets better. But until then, that community fridge that you all are providing is of utmost importance. And so I want you to challenge the groups, the businesses, individuals this day as to what they can do to support Red Shoes, to support the community fridge and pantry.
Yes. So, number one, always hydration needs, water. We have all walks of life that come to the fridge. We have unhoused people. We have people in the community that walk up. We have people that drive up. We have had children to come up. And so grab and goes are great. So you can make sandwiches, bag them, put them in there. You can make meals, package them, put them in there. Fresh produce is great. Hygiene products are great. Feminine products. Clothes, we ask that you don't put that in there. Socks and gloves are fine, especially as we move closer to the cooler months. But I used to say that grab and goes were the best or ones that quickly go. But we recently partnered with, it's not recent, but we partnered with Trader Joe's.
Yes.
And when I tell you the way people's faces light up when they see fresh produce, it is, when I have switched from grab and go to produce, because that is, you can tell is something, I mean, we know that it's a necessity because how it affects our bodies, what we consume.
Yes.
But fresh produce.
So, we look back and we talk about the different elements and all of this, but fresh produce is what brought our people. They worked, they ate fresh produce, they went to bed, they woke up the next morning, and they're back on it. They bypassed the doctor's office many times because of that fresh produce. So let folk know how they can get in touch with you, Miss Dorcas Brandon.
So if you'd like to get in touch with me, you can email me at Dorcas, Dorcas, theredshoes.org. That's Dorcas at theredshoes.org. You can call us at 225-338-1170. Or you can send it to the organization at info@theredshoes.org. And so all of us will get that email. So
it's no excuse for folks
So
not
there's no
supporting
excuse.
Red Shoes. And we're not talking about Dorothy here, but we're talking about true support here, Baton Rouge, that you can do. And as a result of this podcast, I expect you all to be supporting Red Shoes right there on government. And so, Miss Dorcas, it has been a true pleasure.
Thank you.
And you have really told the Baton Rouge audience and District 10, all the districts, you have really told them some stuff, some things that I know that they were not aware of. And so we appreciate you coming here this evening and sharing. And so Baton Rouge, you all have heard it. You've gotten all the information that you need in order to support Red Shoes. And we thank you for joining us. And remember, Coleman cares.
Count on Coleman. Count on Coleman. If your world is looking strange, you can count on Coleman for change.